So I woke up last night in like a coughing fit and couldn't go back to sleep for a while. So I lost some sleep, and this morning I decided to sleep in a little bit because whenever I got up my usual time, I felt terrible. So I decided to skip meditation this morning and eat a much smaller breakfast. So I just ate like a banana and a granola bar, where usually I'll make like an omelet and eat like a bagel. So yeah, not ideal, but I thought that I felt just really awful, so it was better to sleep. Looks like on the ES we're making 2 measured legs up. Also, I want to check and make sure this is on. Check. Yep. But I am feeling a lot better than I was earlier this morning, which is good. Obviously, like I said, it's not ideal to not, meditate and sleep in and not eat that true breakfast that I usually eat, but we'll see if it was a good decision or not. Yesterday I started going through some of the old documents to see if I could find any like patterns in my thinking, and man, there are all kinds of issues that I was pulling up, so I'm excited to go through all those and see what I can find. I tried to like systematize it at first by saying like, okay, well, I'm just going to look for the places where I've almost taken a trade or something like that, but what I was doing was I looked for places where I almost took a trade, and I was trying to categorize them by saying like, okay, well, why did I skip it? Was it a good decision? Was it a bad decision? But it was too much. Like, I just need to read through the document and let my brain do the heavy lifting, without like a true, I guess, routine in how I'm doing that. It's just like the documents are just like too all over the place for me to create like a systematized way of doing it like that. So I won't be able to go through today's chart afterwards because I have to go do something right after the trading day ends. And I won't be home until like late tonight. So I guess I'll have 2 documents to go through tomorrow after the trading day tomorrow. Actually, I won't be able to trade tomorrow, so I guess there'll just be 1 tomorrow. I have an event tomorrow that I have to go to in the morning, so I won't be able to actually trade. There's a possible trade setting up on the CL here. I'm going to prepare for it because you can see this downtrend here. First entry, second entry. If we do break lower, I think I'll probably take that one. We don't break lower here.
Order canceled.
Just keep on, well, I'm going to watch this for a sec. Could still get the, as you can see there's a downtrend here. I'm pretty sure about that one. There's a second entry here, so it's kind of like the repeat of the 2 legs back. Let's see about this measured move here. So pretty much 2 measured legs up. This bar isn't looking incredibly bearish though, so might not get that. Looks like we are continuing to move up there. So possibility the prices are just coming off this opposite side, the channel line, and they're gonna move on up there. So maybe I need to tighten this in a little bit and say that was already a break there. It's possible that's the true way that it looks there. Not much going on in the RTY. Okay, I'm gonna mark these up on my second monitor as well. So yeah, I almost made a mistake there on the CL already by taking that one. Should have been respecting the larger trend here. There's the possibility for some sort of lower high or something though, as prices have come off this trend line again. Short-term uptrend hasn't played out though, so it would be like a lower high second entry. If you count this all as one low, and this first entry setting up for a possible second entry. Let's see.
Order submitted.
Want to be prepared for that. The short-term uptrend doesn't have a break in new high. But you turned pretty strongly off that trend line, so I might still be willing to take that. And right now I'm just thinking, okay, is this really the right decision? Because clearly I think this downtrend is correct. Hold on. I think this downtrend is correct, but the short-term uptrend was really strong. So it might not have like dissipated. The upward momentum might not have dissipated there. If that's the case, then it might have some further upward momentum, and we might just break this trend here. So let's see. Now that we are coming off that trend again, though, makes me feel a little bit better about it. Looks to me like we'll probably break it, though. So it looks like we're moving towards the break a new high right there for that uptrend. So we've reached that. If we do get a bearish bar, I might be willing to take that there. I know recently I haven't been doing so well with these like high or low second entries, like where it's like higher. So if it's second entry short, in this case, it's a higher high than this previous one. In this case,
Order canceled.
I think I'm going to wait for some sort of lower high or something like that. Sniffling, sneezing, coughing. I hate this. So ideally I'd see this tick higher here.
Order submitted.
But I think if you did have a super bearish bar, probably still take that. Right now it's looking congested with these stacked bars though. Ideally I'd like to see it tick higher and then turn down. Have a nice bearish bar. Some room back to the EMA. Something like that. If it makes a higher high though, that's a different story. Yeah. So
Order canceled.
you have to wait on something else now. You might have another trend going on. Looks to me like there's a spike in channel there. There's a break in 2 legs to a new low. This downtrend still looks correct to me. So I'm still thinking it'll probably have a break in new low. But obviously there's a lot of upward momentum right now. So I have to let that dissipate first. Just a few minutes from the open now. The CL continuing to march higher. Looks like it might have a break of that trend line though. Definitely need to be hesitant taking any shorts. Gonna have to see some downward momentum first. It's possible that we don't even go and test those lows at all. On the ES and the NQ, I'm thinking this looks like 2 legs up. So if you do see a strong move down, then I'll start looking for some shorts. It's the same on, well, it's not really the same on the NQ. The NQ kind of just looks like this. Sorry. Kind of looks like a range. And this this trend here looks to be holding on the NQ, so it looks pretty different. The RTY looks like it's kind of made an uptrend, the break and new high. Now you're getting this move down, so I might be looking to take some shorts there. In fact, I need to pull up the NQ. I think it's actually tighter. This probably already has a break. It probably already has a break in new high. So if we do see some down movement here, then I might be looking to take some shorts. It's got to be quite a bit of down movement though. Like not just like a ginger lower high type of deal. Looks like we are going into the open right now. We are continuing to move higher on the NQ. So let's think. Could just be a break in 2 legs to a new high, or it could be a wider trend. So keeping an eye on that. It's a pretty strong move. Same with the ES. Although a wider trend, it could fit. Could fit there. It's pretty uncertain right now, though. Draw it there just in case. On the CL, I might be looking for a failure. Kind of looks congestive, though. So I need to watch out for that possible range. On RTY, it looks like just working up there. So I was thinking I might be looking for a second entry short, but I think this short-term uptrend is probably still in play there. I could still be looking for a second entry short, but we'll just have to see. It's looking like this probably is a range, so even if you get a failure there, it's probably not the right trade to take. ES is definitely not holding this uptrend, but prices are continuing to kind of work higher. Just kind of odd. On the ES, there could be a couple different things going on. So it could be this trend here. You could say, okay, that already has a close outside and a new high. And this could have just already played out. So like this, break new high, and that could have already played out. Or it could be the slightly larger trend that still needs a break and new high. That doesn't really ever get like completely confirmed though. So I'm more inclined to trade it this way. At least for the time being. Let's remove these off the incur as well and see. I think probably the same here. That's probably the break and new high. That would be a failed second entry there, but it's moved a little bit far. I don't think that's really what I want. I'm gonna wait for a more clear down structure first. on the ES. I'm thinking this read is probably right. The break, new high, downtrend, gets a break, move to a new low. NQ, uptrend, break, new high. Possible wider downtrend. Possibly. Doesn't look great. I don't love that, but it could be correct. CL range is just expanded, probably like that. Still thinking the prices will probably come down to test this low, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So if we do get some downward action, I'll probably look to get in on that, but I'm not like dying to do that. Doesn't really matter to draw a bunch of these shorter term ones. God, I'm so ready for this cough to go away. Okay, so we are breaking down out of this range now. So I might be looking to take a short here. If we did get a nice second entry short, I'd probably be interested. You can see how prices kept making these lower highs and then broke out the bottom. Pretty strong little move down. So if we do get a second entry short or something like that, there's a good chance I would take it. Keep having a sniffle. I'm a little bit paranoid now about not unmuting my mic. Definitely looking for some sort of second entry short here. That would be very nice. Well, it could be very nice. Definitely some support here, possibly some resistance for like a little range. Possibly. This downtrend hasn't played out, so clearly some buying still going on. I don't think this trend is right. I think what we're looking at is Could even be wider. I don't think so though. So there could be a possible second entry short setting up. Clearly some resistance here. Getting a down move. Definitely didn't respect that support at all. Same thing on the NQ. Super strong down move there. The RTY too. Move that up a bit. So CL is definitely the closest to a possible second entry short there. First entry, watching for prices to possibly move up for a second entry short, but looks like they're just going to head towards break a new low. So we hit that break a new low for the downtrend there. So might still make a break a new low for this larger one, but at least for the time being, I'm not looking for any more shorts. This downtrend could expand, end up being something larger, but for now, just have to let it be. On the NQ, this triple test is a possibility. I don't generally take those. I'd rather let the market move first. Like this, I'd rather see the down movement and then look for a correction. But possibly for that triple test, uptrend, break new high, attempting that high again. On the NQ, I might be looking for a second entry short. Don't think that support was really helpful at all, or old resistance. Yes, to me it looks like the short-term downtrend's already played out. Now you're just getting congestive, so I don't really want anything there. Possibility to look at this as a visual 2 legs up. If we continue to move up, maybe close on these highs, move up here, tick higher, and get a bearish bar. On the ES, short-term downtrend's already played out. This looks all congestive. I don't think I really want to take a second entry short there. But maybe something here as the visual 2 legs. I just want to be prepared in case this does set up. Definitely looks like 2 legs back. It's not a true second entry though. I would not mind if this continues, you know, higher just a little bit before it possibly turns down. Context seems pretty clear to me. What was looking like a pretty bearish bar there.
Order canceled.
Really found some buying, so unfortunately there's nothing I can do there. On the ES, you do end up getting that first entry, second entry short, but it doesn't look as good here for me. It's just kind of congestive, and this short-term downtrend already has a break a new low. There's the possibility on the RTY to see a second entry here, though. Looks like on the NQ I was right to be looking for shorts. Looks to be continuing to move down there. We'll see if we do actually hit this break a new low though. Looks like we are going to move down there, so it's unfortunate. Just didn't get the signal bar I was looking for. That's the way it goes though. On the RTY, here's another possible triple test right here. By another, I mean there was one on the incur as well. Pretty similar. But I'd be looking for maybe a second entry short here. I just don't do very well taking triple tests. I know from past experience. With this move down though, definitely the possibility to take a second entry short. There's only one leg up there. Looks like it was a retest of this breakout, but it also could be a trend line. So I want to draw that there just in case. possible you see a downtrend like that, but for now, I'm not doing anything with that. I'm going to go ahead and switch this to a range because the midline fits really well. Right there, where I had that previous resistance. So I really like that there. This downtrend isn't looking right so far. I'm just going to remove it for the time being. So not really much to think about or do right now. Most everything's kind of moving sideways. So it looks to me like this uptrend played out. I don't think you really need this downtrend, but you tempt the highs again, move down. You might even have a measured leg here. Pretty close to a measured leg down. But yeah. Just kind of moving sideways, waiting for some sort of clearer structure on both the ES, the NQ. The CL has a downtrend, break, new high, congestive area, breakout, pullback, creates two measured legs down. where everything's played out to the downside, but you still haven't hit these breaking new lows. So kind of just waiting to see whether that was the retest and prices are going to rebound now, or maybe there's going to be a larger structure down that becomes prevalent. And now in the RTY, just also moving sideways in a range-like fashion. So yeah, not much to do, just waiting to see what might happen here. Just thinking about things that I might want to look into. So I almost took a second entry short here, which would have been a mistake, obviously, as prices rocketed off. And there's a couple issues there. First off, the fact that this downtrend has probably already played out, but second, that the prices are coming off of what I believe is the opposite side, the channel line of this larger downtrend here. But another one that's sort of hidden here is that I had just gotten in for the day, so I hadn't had a chance to really like digest what was going on and really think about it. I mean, I had basically just flipped over to this chart, saw it, and was like, oh shit, I've got to prepare to take this. And I'm wondering how often I make that mistake. So that's something I'd like to look at whenever I'm studying these past days is whenever I make these sort of impulsive, I just flip over type of decisions, I just flip over to the chart and I see it type of decisions. How often are those good decisions versus bad decisions? And I have a feeling that most of the time they're probably bad, or they're mostly probably misreads because I'm not fully like digesting what's going on the chart. But I'm going to have to look back at that. So I'm mentioning this so that way later on whenever I review this, I can make note of that. RTY is once again returning to this resistance. We keep failing to come down to what I think is the support down here, the overnight lows. I believe this uptrend probably already has a close outside a new high. This one maybe not. Could be looking for a break a new high there, but not sure. It's kind of weird to have that like congestive area right in the middle of the trend. Pretty strong move down too. Just gonna go and remove that. RTY, you could say, okay, this is a first entry. Well, I was gonna say it's a lower high after second entry, but it's not. It's a higher high. So uptrend, break, new high. Nothing to really say there. But if we do start to get some more down movement, maybe there's an entry to take short here. Definitely just be playing the range at that point. I'm not very good at playing ranges, so I typically stick to trends. And you're just moving sideways on CL. kind of crazy to still be taking so few trades, even watching 4 charts. I don't really see anything that I would love to take though. I mean, trend. Maybe this one, which I kind of pointed out as being kind of too congestive. And if you draw that short-term uptrend there, it does break it, so at least there's that. But with that short-term downtrend already having a break any low, plus that, I didn't feel like it was great. That's all I see there. NQ, there's definitely an argument to be made that maybe I should have been able to catch this triple test, but I know in the past I'm not really great at taking those. Almost got the second entry or visual 2 likes back here, but didn't set up properly. Nothing on the CL. Maybe this triple test on the RTY, but again, I'm just not great at taking those, so I don't normally take them. Definitely making higher lows here, higher highs as well. I really just want to hone in on what I'm already good at. I mean, there are some setups that I'm just really good at already good at taking. So I want to hone in on those instead of trying to add more setups. But it is a little bit absurd right now that I've taken so few trades on so many charts. I'm wondering if maybe I need to be a little bit more lenient with like signal bars on areas where I am really, really certain, such as on the NQ here. Like I felt really good about this being 2 legs back, but there was no good signal bar. And there was a couple times like that yesterday where I couldn't take something because of the signal bar, but I was really sure about the context. So it's an idea, but I have a feeling it's going to get me into trouble if I start doing that a lot. So that's another place to look into, you know, how often is the signal bar saving me in places where the context is actually really good, versus how often is it keeping me out of good trades like this one. It also just creates a whole different level of like, okay, well then, you know, if I do that, where do I enter, you know, and it gets a little tough. There's that one guy on YouTube, Trader Joe, that's been taking like 1-to-1 whenever prices touch the EMA. So, you know, he'll be looking for this break a new low. He would take it 1-to-1 like this and have his stop all the way up here. It's an idea. I'm interested to see like where are the areas on the chart where the context just couldn't be anything else. So like here, it's like almost positive that this is the context, that you are looking for a second leg down there, or at least you are looking for a break a new low there. It's hard to say there's anything else going on in that area. So the ES, this one, since it already has the break a new low here, it's not the same. It's not like a, this is like basically the only option. It's not the same, it's not true. I don't see any other area that's like a, I don't see another area, any other area on this chart where it's like that is the case. CL, because the short-term downtrend has a break a new low early, it's not really the case there either. I definitely don't see anything on the RTY like that. So there's probably only really a few points in the day where it's like, okay, this is the, or at least to me, this is the only thing that can be correct. And maybe if I find a way to enter those, even if there's no, you know, sort of perfect setup, maybe that's something there. I don't know. So really, I just want to see, okay, what areas of the chart am I actually like really good at predicting, or am I really good at like, you know, that I get correct already, and how can I capitalize on those areas, as opposed to adding more setups or trying to find places where, you know, maybe I'm not already right and improving on those. I mean, there's areas of this chart that I already know like the back of my hand. I just don't capitalize on them correctly. I know that for a fact. I'm gonna check out Discord and see if any of my trading friends have taken anything. I'll probably beat myself up later about checking it, but whatever. Doesn't look like it. Nothing. Not too much going on here. Okay, so now we are finding some down movement on CL. So we had this sideways action, range-like movement. I do believe we're moving towards this break a new low. So we'll probably come back and test this breakout, this old support. Nothing else that really interests me on any of the other charts. Just in case, switch the bracket. Looks like we're going to go ahead and head to this break a new low. I don't see really any larger downtrend there. Probably best to play the shorter term stuff. Another thing I want to look into, how often has playing the larger trends helped me versus hurt me? I have a feeling that just playing the shorter term stuff is a lot more lucrative for me. I mean, really all I'm saying whenever I'm trading is I'm expecting prices to go one place before they go another place. It's like, for example, if I entered here for some reason, I might be saying, okay, I'm expecting prices to go here before they go here. And you're either right or you're wrong. I mean, that's like, it's as cut and dry as it gets. That's really all there is to it. And then you just have to figure out, okay, why was I right and why was I wrong? Sometimes I forget that that's the simplicity of it. That's all there is to it. The other way to look at that, I guess, which is a little bit different, is I think there's a higher probability. So I guess, okay, if you're trading 1-to-1, all I'm saying is if I'm going to take this trade, there's a higher than 50% probability the prices will go here before they go here. And that's really, I guess that's really the way to look at it. It's not just you're right or you're wrong, but you're right or you're wrong. So I don't know. It's two pieces to that. It's like in poker, sometimes you can play your hand exactly correctly, bet heavy when the odds are heavily in your favor, but still lose. So that's what makes it tough. Part of what makes it tough, I guess. Finding a lot of downward momentum here. You hit the break and new low for this major downtrend, but you're continuing on down, so there's a good chance that I'm willing to take a short here. Getting really far from the EMA though. So I kind of have two thoughts here. First, this downtrend has already played out, so it's possible we get some sort of reversal now. Second, there's this minor downtrend that's probably going to need to break a new low. So the area where I would say I'm like almost positive about the context would be if this downtrend gets a break a new low, this minor downtrend gets a break a new low, and then you get a higher low, far from the EMA. Or it's still possible you get maybe a two. I don't know if I'd want to take two legs up because on the broader context, this downtrend will have already played out. So I don't think it's a good idea to take another short now. You are getting a strong up movement. Very strong up movement. So I think that kind of proves it to me that it is time to start looking for longs on CL. Very, very strong up. Testing that breakout. The rest of the charts are just going sideways, so it's really just this one that I'm looking at. But this is an area where the context feels very certain to me. So spike and channel down, break a new low. I don't have to go all the way back, but major downtrend, break a new high for this uptrend, get the two legs down, sideways action, leg down, creates the break a new low. Very strong push up seems to prove to me that yes, downtrend has played out, things are changing. So there's the possibility to take a long, maybe a second entry long. And this is one of those cases that maybe it makes sense to just buy the EMA. It's like, let's say if I'm expecting prices to go to these highs, maybe like one tick below, then maybe it makes sense to take a trade like that. I'm not going to take it. It's not within my rules right now. My rules are, at least I don't really have any, but it's not within my trading plan that I came in with, I suppose. So here's your first entry. It's the possibility of a second entry long. That's one thing I want to make sure I don't do is change up what I was planning on doing during the trading day. That's usually a sign of boredom. Leads to me over trading, taking poor trades. Even if this one's a winner of what I was thinking about doing, taking it off the EMA like that, still not. It's not a change that I should make during the trading day. That's an after the trading day sort of thing. So possibility for a second entry long.
Order submitted.
Is a little bit congestive. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacked bars. Definitely liking this as the possibility for a second entry long, though I want to note that you are making lower highs and lower lows. So that's definitely a risk there. But I like how this downtrend, the major one, has played out. Get the strong spike up. So if we do get a nice signal bar here, I think that I'll be interested in that one. It's possible you could draw a short-term downtrend in the way, but it's more like this, really. Looks like we're going to continue.
Order
down.
canceled.
So maybe this short-term downtrend is really correct here. It's concerning to me that we closed back below the EMA, so we didn't hold the EMA there. I'm not going to completely give up on it yet, but yeah. And here's the trade that I was looking for previously, so I still want to keep an eye on that for the 1-to-1 off the EMA type of deal. So in this case, might have been a possibility to take that 1-to-1 type of deal. Let's see, maybe there's a higher low. Possibility of a higher low there. Get that out of the way. So, oh, just moved on up. And yeah, you would have gotten out of that. So I don't know. It's a possibility. Maybe I should consider something like that. There's no particular reason why I have to stick to exact paths, you know. In Q, coming up off this resistance again. super strong move up. It's crazy. So it seems to be like sort of levels to context and my calls on context. So for this downtrend, I was thinking, okay, that would probably get a break a new low, and it did, but I'm not always right about that. Sometimes prices would just take off and make like a V-shaped move. Then there's times like the NQ where I'm a lot more certain of like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure this one is played out. You even tested these highs again. You have the spike down. So I'm almost like I'm really almost certain that you're going to come down to test these lows. That's a different level of a call than saying, well, I think we're going to come down to these lows. That's it's two like completely different things, really. Might be working towards a measured leg up. Like this. Could be a larger trend up there. I'm not sure if that would be the best trade to take a higher low. Second entry off an uncertain trend line. Guess it depends on the rejection, the level of rejection here. Like if you tick down and you turn up super strongly, maybe. I'll at least prepare
Order
for it,
submitted.
just in case. But it's looking like probably that's not going to be the case. Oh.
Order
Wasn't
canceled.
strong enough. It's a possibility, but I was looking for like some real momentum on this move to prove that there was like some buying here, but it's just kind of like a small doji, barely closed on its highs or towards highs, so skipping that one. Looks like that was the right decision. This trend is probably wrong. So now I need to be careful not to get too sucked into this one, because this is technically a retest trend right here, so I'm not necessarily expecting a break a new high for this one. So I don't really want to play that there. Just gotta wait on something a little bit more certain. It doesn't even have to be on the CL, of course. It could be any of the charts. Possible setups on the ES and the NQ. As prices pull back to this resistance level. So at least on the ES, it could already be a close outside a new high. On the NQ, it doesn't look like that's really the case. So just look at this as one leg down. Thinking this this uptrend will probably get a break a new high, but prices probably want to test the breakout first. So ideally you'd see 2 legs back to this level, and that would be kind of the ideal setup there. I don't think on the ES, I don't think that's a very convincing close outside a new high. So we'll probably go up and test that as well. So same deal. We'd like to see a 2 legs back to this resistance level that might hold as support. On the CL, I think you could still say this uptrend was correct. It just has maybe a close outside there, that congestive action. But that's beside the point. Right now I need to probably focus on these charts, the ES and the NQ. ES is looking pretty solid for possible second entry long here. Again, could already have a close outside a new high, but it's a little uncertain. It's not a super convincing close outside there. This is clearly looks like 2 legs back, but it's not a second entry. You haven't reached the old resistance yet, so with the prices not being at the EMA and not at this old resistance yet, I don't think that I can take that one yet, but we'll see. Maybe prices will come down a little bit further. It's definitely a possibility. prices might just go ahead and move on up there. It's not a trade that I would personally want to take, but I could see maybe a triple test up here. So maybe you could say, okay, maybe this isn't convincing, break a new high. So maybe you could look for a triple test to come back and test this level. I don't know about that. I feel like I like it here. I like the way that looks. It's still not a very, like, it's just not a very convincing close outside a new high. So it just really makes me think the prices are going to retest these highs still. I've been pretty content with watching prices today. Overall, the day's gone by pretty quickly, but it's starting to feel a little bit slower now. I mean, prices have been sort of slow all day. I mean, there hasn't been too much action, but for some reason, it feels like there's a long time left with that a little less than an hour, even though time has moved by pretty quickly so far, and I haven't really been watching the time thinking, oh my god, I can't believe it's only been blah 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 blah, you know. Just thought that was worth pointing out there. Accidentally shook my desk there. So it looks like both the ES and the NQ have hit their convincing break a new high. Well, ES hasn't yet, but the NQ has hit its break a new high. ES, I'm assuming will probably follow suit, but it might not. With it having done that, I still think the highest probability move is for prices to come down to test this old overnight high / resistance level. Now the uptrend is played out, there's the potential for a lower high or failed second entry. Looks like a break and 2 legs to a new high to me. So there could be the possibility to go short maybe soon, but I want to let prices move first. On the NQ, on the other hand, you do have this target for the breakout there. Struggling to come back to the EMA. Clearly, uptrend has played out. I think if you do get a a lower high here, I'll be pretty interested in that. You might not get it though. So far, not really looking like it, but
Order
you never know,
submitted.
things can change on a dime. So at least want to prepare for it, just in case. It's looking kind of unlikely that we'll make a really strong bearish bar here. Yeah.
Order
We
canceled.
are going to go and move higher. So in this case, the signal bar is like a critical component of like verifying this trade, but that's not always the case. It's not always so important, I don't think. So that's another question to sort of ponder is, when is the signal bar a critical component of the trade and when is it not? Because I don't think it always is. But there's sometimes that it is super, super important. So something to think about. Prices continue to move up, even if this is a break into like to new high. Makes me think there could be some other structure going on here. So maybe something like a spike in channel of some sort, but I don't see it yet. Not yet, at least. I don't think it's a wider trend. My best bet is what I had drawn before. Could even be tighter too. Real tight like that. Definitely starting to feel the fact that I didn't eat a full breakfast. I'm getting pretty hungry now. Surprised it took so long for me to get hungry though. Definitely looking like prices are working up something on the CL. So maybe the spike in channel that I was looking at could be correct. Maybe. It looks a little odd, so I'm not sure. Could also just be tighter. Like there. Like there. Maybe something like that, but looks like it's gonna break either way. Finally sort of breaking down on the NQ and the ES. So uptrend, break a new high. Kind of 2 legs to a new high. Now you're breaking down here. So I'd definitely be looking for some sort of short. Just letting the market move first. It's the goal. Letting the market prove to me like where it's going. So after this uptrend is played out, letting the market prove that it's going lower before I take a short. Though I was looking for a lower high here, and that would not have followed that letting the market move first kind of mentality. Possible failed second entry right here on the NQ. It's very tempting to take that, but I don't know, for some reason it doesn't feel right to me. So I'm just gonna go with my gut there. Either way, the signal bar doesn't set up right. In the CL, the spiking channel isn't looking correct. So I'm going to go back to what I had here, and maybe it's just a break in 2 legs up where the second leg is made up of 2 legs. Now you're getting this strong push down. So maybe the opportunity for a short, possibly. In Q, I definitely like the possibility for a second entry short or something like that. And there's that failure again. It's not quite what I want. I don't exactly know why, and it could work out, but it's just not exactly what I want. I'd really prefer to see 2 legs out. So now that we have what looks like to me this uptrend playing out, strong spike down, I might be looking for a second entry short. Very strong move up though, so maybe not. And to be honest, if you did get maybe a second entry like this up here, I'm not going to take that one because the bias or the reason to go short is not strong enough. It's not the type of trade where I'm looking to take that sort of pattern, or not the type of context where I'm trying to take that kind of pattern, more like. Getting pretty close to the end of the day, a little bit over 15 minutes left. So that last little 30 minutes went by pretty quickly. It's funny because I was saying that it felt like it was going to go by kind of slowly, but it didn't. So, I mean, it's probably another day with no trades. I mean, we're just a few minutes away from hopping off, and makes me think, okay, am I struggling to pull the trigger? I don't think so. I mean, there's just not really any areas that I was super interested in taking a trade. There was this one here. So this was an area that I was interested in taking a trade. I was interested in taking a trade here earlier in the day. I was a little bit interested here, but I did kind of talk myself out of that one. I was interested in going long up here. And that's really about it. So I almost took that one. No good signal bar. I really thought about taking this one, but it didn't break lower and my read was incorrect. Thought about taking this one, but then I decided that it probably wasn't worth it. It didn't trigger anyway. And this one I didn't get a good signal. And this one I didn't get a good signal bar either. So today, at least, the issue is not pulling the trigger. It's that there weren't really any setups that I was personally interested in. So I need to, I guess, either edit the types of setups I'm taking, be more open to other types of setups. That's about it. I don't know. So kind of tough. Kind of tough. I'm just going to go ahead and call it, though. I think that is a good place to end the day. Nothing really much to see, to be honest. And I won't be trading tomorrow, most likely. I think I have an event going on in the morning. It's not confirmed yet, so we'll see. Might or might not be.